Welcome back to the Ciel Power Podcast. We're joined by Farah Ahmad, a green building expert. Thank you so much, Farah, for being here. Farah is a licensed architect. She's a LEED certified professional, and she's also helping to create the building codes of the future that will be applied to all of the houses that get built at some point down the road. Farah, it's an honor to have you in the studio with us. Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks for having me, Scott.
All right. So this is part 4 of a 5-part series. What are we going to jump into today?
So today we're going to talk about domestic hot water heating because it's one of the largest loads in our homes. After heating and cooling, it can actually be one of the most expensive items. So I want to jump right into it.
All right, let's do it.
So there's a couple of things that we can do really as a hack as homeowners to get our domestic hot water heating loads down now. Domestic hot water heating, we use this for hand washing, we use it for showers, we use it for clothes washing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So those loads add up. So it's something we want to pay a lot of attention to. And something simple that we can do is just take a look at our temperature setting. Now, 120 degrees Fahrenheit, that's something that by plumbing code is a default. It's good. We don't need to have it necessarily any higher. Of course, consult your local jurisdiction to make sure what that is. But 120 degrees is a good baseline, good rule of thumb to follow. 140 degrees or anything substantially higher than 120 can actually burn your hands.
Wow.
So you can take a look at your hot water heater and try and set the temperature accordingly. Something that also has come up time and time again, especially during the pandemic, is washing your hands with hot water and how that might actually dispel more germs. But that's a myth. The CDC has come out with a guideline that says that washing with your hands with cold water is just as effective. And so
wow.
you don't necessarily need to use hot water for that. So something that we can also do, another hack for domestic hot water, is to mix cold water and hot water to maybe create lukewarm if cold water isn't comfortable for you. I mean, I always personally try and use cold water to wash my hands. It's better for your skin. And when you wash your hands with really hot water, you can actually crack your skin and create openings for bacteria. So if you're hygienic or you're a germaphobe, washing your hands with cold water is actually good. Really, if you're just moving your hands like this and creating that action and lathering with soap, that's good enough to get your hands clean. So washing your hands with cold water, that's a big energy saver as well.
Interesting. Very interesting. I hadn't thought of that before. I know that the hot water heaters, they come from the manufacturers set pretty high because they want to avoid complaints that the hot water heater is not delivering
Yeah.
water that's hot enough. So,
Yeah.
you don't just think because it came that way that it's the way that it should or could be.
Exactly.
There's a knob for most of these devices, or if your device has a digital display, some sort of a way to adjust that temperature. And one of the folks that I know, a good friend of mine, suggested that if you have to mix hot and cold together, well, maybe just bring the hot water temperature down to the point where you don't have to mix it anymore, and that would satisfy your need for hot water. So
Exactly.
any other things that folks should be thinking about with their hot water heater?
Yes, another quick way to reduce your hot water loads is actually just reduce the flow of your water, the amount of water that's coming out. You don't need to have it on full blast. So something that personally I adopt in my lifestyle, if I'm brushing my teeth, if I'm washing dishes, the water does not need to be running during times where I'm not actually using the water and it's just dumping straight to the sink. There's also shower heads, low flow shower heads, and fixture heads that we can use to just very quickly minimize the amount of water. Keep in mind when water is spraying out, and let's say you're washing your hands or taking a shower, the amount of water that's hitting your body and that's coming into surface with you is actually, a lot of it's spilling out. You're not using it. It's being wasted. So why not just have flow that's concentrated with the right amount of pressure for you? I can guarantee it feels just fine and will get you clean.
Love that. Love that. The government has a brand for that, much like Energy Star for appliances. They have something called WaterSense for low flow and quality tested and assured products that meet certain standards. So that's something that I've been looking out for in my purchases. And to your point, if we're not using a lot of water, if we're able to get the performance of something that uses typically more water but not waste as much, it's to everybody's benefit. The equipment doesn't have to work as hard, your bills won't be as high, and you'll still have that satisfying shower that you were desiring to begin with. So
Exactly.
that's amazing. Thank you. Any final thoughts? Any less other hacks that a homeowner should be thinking about for hot water?
Yes, something that's missed is our laundry cycles. Now, our laundry machines, you can actually adjust the temperature on that and just do a cold rinse. It's a quick setting that you can adjust on your machine. You can wash your clothes with cold water, and actually it's been proven that the fabrics last longer. If you wash your clothes with hot water, sometimes the stains tend to set. and can damage your clothes. If you wash your clothes with cold water, you can save a lot of energy because a lot of the heating that goes into water with washing your clothes, a lot of that energy comes from heating up the water. So quick fix and don't worry about it ever again.
And I've seen that a lot of the detergent manufacturers have come to market with cold water version products of the detergents as well. So I think that's amazing. The other thing here in New Jersey, as we sit here today, there's the utility companies are doing something called a quick home energy checkup, where they'll send a professional out to your home, and one of the things that they're offering to install for free as part of their visit is low flow shower heads and low flow faucet aerators for people who may not already have those things installed. So if you're in New Jersey, check out the quick home energy checkup. There's probably some other incentive programs in different states across the country as well. Farah, this was amazing. Thank you very much for being here. These are some amazing low-cost ways to save energy, and I appreciate all of them. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Scott.